We begin with breaking news. A Prime Minister has been interrupted by a heckler on the very first news conference of the day of his first re-election campaign, day one. So Prime Minister was in Brisbane after calling an election for May 3 when a man confronted him complaining about his immigration record.
Albanese, you don't think 1.8 million immigrants in 5 years is going to increase demand on the medical system? What about the fact that people my age can't get any housing, we can't get rentals anymore? We have no future in this country anymore. Don't you think that's kind of ridiculous? No? You can't touch me, mate. You know.
So the heckling happened as the Prime Minister started his campaigning in opposition leader Peter Dutton's seat of Dickson. The Prime Minister was there with Labor candidate Ailey France, Queensland's most marginal seat, in fact, where there was only 3,363 votes between Peter Dutton and Ailey France in the 2022 federal election. The Prime Minister has already kissed his first baby, and we're going to be live to our reporters all day on the campaign trail. But right now, here is the Prime Minister's day one news conference in full for you now.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Marumba Downs Urgent Care Clinic. It's so very great to have the A team behind me. That is the Prime Minister, the Treasurer Jim Chalmers and our Health Minister Mark Butler. Thank you to all the staff here, the doctors and nurses who have given us a tour of this awesome facility here today. This clinic is really important to our local community. It opened in 2023 and I've spoken to so many people about their experience here since then, and they absolutely love it. They love it because there's no out-of-pocket costs. It's open 7 days a week. And you don't need an appointment. You can just simply walk in like some of the families that we met here today. I'm really proud to be a part of a Labor team that is really prioritising Medicare. Medicare is Labor's heart, but it's also a really significant part of my journey and also my journey into politics. It's really actually quite difficult to find a doctor in this electorate that bulk bills. That's why I am so pleased that leading into this election that we are going to deliver an extra 50 urgent care clinics right across the country, but also put an historic amount into Medicare, $8.5 billion, which will mean that most people will be able to go to the doctor with no out-of-pocket costs. That's so important to me, but it's also so important to everybody in this local community. Now I'm going to hand over to the Prime Minister. Thank you.
Well, thanks very much, Ailey, and it's fantastic to be back here at Marumba Downs Urgent Care Clinic. This is my second visit to this clinic, and as I've gone around the country, what I have seen is how valued urgent care clinics are, providing that midpoint between not being in an emergency department of a local hospital, watching people exceed you in the queue because they're life-threatening, and getting access to your local GP. More than 1 million Australians have benefited from these 87 urgent care clinics that we have delivered. We promised 50, we've over-delivered, and we're going to deliver at least another 50 that we've committed to and that we've funded in our budget. That's on top of the $8.5 billion we're funding to triple the bulk billing incentive to bring those bulk billing rates up to 90%. Healthcare is so important, and what this election is about is strengthening the economy, strengthening Medicare versus Peter Dutton's plan for cuts to everything except your taxes. That is what is at stake in this election. And Ailey knows firsthand the difference that Medicare has made to her life and the life of her family, the difference that the NDIS has made as well. And that's why Ailey is an amazing candidate here in Dickson. This is Queensland's most marginal seat, and a margin with a 1 in front of it. We intend to run a very serious campaign. If Ailey gets the same swing that she got in 2022, Ailey France will join the Labor caucus as a member of the federal Labor government. and that is what we intend to do, because Ailey France would be an extraordinary addition to our team. But at this election, this little card here, your Medicare card, is what is at stake. We know one of the big distinctions in Australian politics is Labor, which created Medicare and will strengthen Medicare. Peter Dutton, who tried to abolish bulk billing by introducing a GP tax, attacked the health and hospital system with those $50 billion of cuts in the 2014 budget, tried to introduce a payment every time people visited a GP, and tried to jack up the price of medicines by $5, as opposed to what we've done, which is to bring it back to 2004 levels of $25. There's a lot at stake at this election. We'll be putting forward our positive plans for healthcare, and one of the people leading that, of course, is our Health Minister, Mark Butler, and I'll turn to him now.